I just have community contributor containers to give away this time. I did not ask for any of the British Royal Navy containers, simply because it seems like most people aren't very interested in them. Now, this is a replay with Ensign Cthulhu, and this is in, okay, full screen windowed. Sorry, give me a sec here. Whatever. You guys can't see it, good. This is a co-op game that he submitted to me. He wanted to get some feedback from there. He felt like there were some good learning opportunities here for newer players especially. So he asked me to make that a priority for him, and I said, no problem, sir, I shall do so. And yes, Ducky, stick around, I'll make that special announcement later. Gotta build suspense, you know. Alright, so what am I seeing here? We have stock consumables. I mean, it's co-op, so whatever. And this is a tier 7 to 5 game. The Emerald is the tier 5 British light cruiser. It has AP only for guns. And it's got torpedoes, it's got smoke, and it's got heal. So, you know, you can kind of play it like a destroyer in a sense. But the ability to get out is kind of important. It's got the ability to heal itself back as needed. Can survive a little bit longer that way. Once again, type in ! raffle to get yourself a chance at getting a community contributor container. And I want to make sure, can you guys hear everything okay? The audio sound fine? Last week I was streaming the what was it called? My cat wants me. I was streaming, I don't know, whatever, War Games 3 tournament. So I want to make sure everything sounds okay. Ducky Terra, thank you, sir. War Games, yep, that's it. It's hard to keep track. I just, you know, I streamed the tournament. I am really excited though. King of the Sea is going to start up soon. I believe it's towards the end of October, mid to end of October, and that should be pretty cool to see. I'm looking forward to covering that. Most likely we'll be covering it with Sea Raptor, and we'll see how things go. Now, Cthulhu is doing something that I think is a little bit risky here, and that is he's out in the middle of everything. He's out in the open. Pause it for a second, because I think it's a good opportunity to kind of showcase where I think he would be best suited. And I think on this map, I'm going to play it just a little bit. I'm going to fly over to where I think, honestly, I would say Cthulhu should be playing right over here. Alright, this is a beautiful spot to play. One, you've got the island here to block torpedoes from hitting you. Two, you can smoke up right here. And three, you've got the cliffs. So what you can do is you shoot, you shoot, you shoot, you shoot, you shoot. You draw some enemy fire. You pull forward into cover. All right. Wait for your smoke to re-enable, and then back out. Smoke, shoot, shoot, shoot. Rinse and repeat serves 10. So this is a very strong area for a British cruiser to hang out. And plus, if the side gets overrun, you've got the ability to turn south and run away. Another strong place that's a little bit more dangerous for cruisers is right over here. And the reason it's more dangerous is because you don't really have the protection from the cliffs as much. You have to back up farther, so it makes it more difficult to get in a position and stuff like that. So I just kind of want to share on the map some things to be considering as a cruiser captain. You want to think about, how can I best utilize my abilities? Now, Cthulhu is smoking up here, and, you know, even though he's not right by the island, he's got the island as a safe place to run away to, should he need to. So that's okay. Now, there's a cyclone inbound in 5 minutes, so he needs to be thinking about that as well. But right now, he's getting shots for free on this Omaha. That's pretty good. Alzu, how you doing, sir? I got the raffle up, so make sure you do ! And raffle. Always 1776, hi. My kitty cat says hi as well. Carrier missed the drop on the Omaha. That's unfortunate. I think it's the tier. That's a tier 6, so it's got manual drops. Oh well. Cthulhu getting a little bit lazy with the double click action. I'm the same way. At some point I just say screw it and just hold down the mouse cursor. Now, one of the hard parts about playing British Cruiser is you'll note that the shells either like overpen or they'll bounce, or sometimes they'll pen, but against a target like the Omaha that's angled, it's really difficult to get that pen. You got to be aiming high for the superstructure, so you want to be trying to penetrate up here. His aim is probably spot on there, maybe a little bit too far behind. He's penetrating the rear of the superstructure there. Alright, so now it's time for the Gneisenau. Gotta watch that smoke though. You've got 10 seconds left, and most importantly, with British cruisers especially, you want to be in a position to hide should you lose your smoke. So that's kind of important right now. And you can see why. Here we go. You just got spotted. Had you been hiding at that island, I think you would have been able to kind of pull back and hide. It's pretty interesting. You've lost 2 of your ships already. You've got 2 minutes left until your smoke is available because, once again, you're not running premium consumables. Co-op, so whatever. That probably won't hit because he is moving at an angle. Okay, one of them hit as a bounce. Another fun trick with your torpedoes is to line them up and then actually hit the X key to disable targeting and then fire. For some odd reason, in co-op mode, the AI has this super magical ability to figure out when you're torpedoing. It's kind of annoying. So, oh well. Now, you are doing a good job of staying behind the island, as the Gneisenau is just charging ahead full speed and probably going to take some torps if not taking them already. Warspite is going up the channel for some odd reason. Don't get that. Your torpedoes are back in 20 seconds. So you gotta be thinking too about how you're going to use those torpedoes and when. And the Gneisenau is at a pretty good angle to you, so you can get some good pens. Notice how he moved up with his aim. Cthulhu there is looking to get shots on the superstructure, which is weaker, armored, and will allow full pens and much more damage. Here comes the Hydro. Hydro is very good to use right now because this is a ship that is equipped with torpedoes. Now you notice the torpedoes were reloaded, and I think it would have been a good idea for you to have fired off your other torpedoes first before you turned. Also, I would have held one of those banks of torpedoes in reserve, just in case your first 2 missed. Hey, alert! You also have the ability to single fire torpedoes, which comes in very handy against bow-on battleships. You can fire 2, wait and see what happens, fire another one, wait and see what happens, that sort of thing. Guys, if you've got any comments, any suggestions on what you're seeing here, by all means, please let me know. I'd love to see what you guys think. Now, Cthulhu is smoking up, and he's going to sit there and shoot that Warspite, while the Warspite is too busy shooting the New Mexico. In this situation, that's okay. He's got a teammate that's spotting him, although that New Mexico just went down. And so what that means is, as soon as that carrier drops his payload and brings those bombers back, that Warspite is going to disappear. So Cthulhu is getting out of the smoke because he knows he can't really use it that well. But more importantly, he needs to get a kill on this Warspite as soon as possible. Sooner the better. Because the Warspite, of course, is just going to kill the Independence if he doesn't. Hey, Blas. Cthulhu is lining up torpedoes on the side here. You have to be very... Oh, good. Okay, the Warspite is going for the carrier. You have to be very careful because if you show a bow-on profile to Warspite, it has the good possibility of just getting a full pen right down your bow, and that hurts a lot. Nice job on the kill there. Going into decap, I would imagine next. While this is going, want to mention that you remember we have other replays available. I posted them on the forums. And I'll copy and paste them in here so you guys can think about what you would like to see next. Lurt is on here, so I'm guessing Lurt would like to see his replay next. He submitted a interesting, what was it, Musashi game, I believe. Interestingly enough, I only have one ranked replay. I thought I would have gotten a lot more, but maybe people are getting tired of ranked. I don't know. So the Nagato is coming around to C-cap. I like how you're communicating with the team and saying, well, I mean, really just a carrier now, letting him know what you're going to do. Hopefully the Independents can take out this Nagato. Looking at the mini-map, the carrier is going to drop torpedoes, pull up a flood, and if he's lucky, trigger a DCP on the Nagato, which will end before those bombers hit and set him on fire. Although he's kind of dropping those bombs a little bit quickly here, he should be spacing those out a little bit more to maximize damage over time. Sure thing, Elzu. We can do Texas next. I'm going to fast forward the replay a little bit here just because, I mean, at this point we're just watching him sail around in cap. Obviously the Nagato is taking C. And I do like, you just saw Cthulhu saying, hey, I need to know where this Nagato is going. Okay, Nagato's going up the channel, which is something that Cthulhu needs to know. Good. So now I'm going to go ahead and resume play at normal speed. We know the Nagato is making its way up the channel. We saw some more bombers coming in, which means the Nagato might be burning and or flooding for a little bit. We don't know because we haven't seen him yet. It's the middle of the storm. Cthulhu, I think you put your smoke up a little bit too soon there. I think you would have been better off waiting until he got around the corner. But I can understand why you wanted to wait, because you weren't quite sure, you know, when he was going to show up. And of course, in randoms, a battleship coming around there is going to have its guns pointed forward, ready to go. And you obviously don't want to give that battleship a quick second to even lock on and fire. Once again, that trick about I mentioned in co-op about hitting the X key to deactivate a target lock comes in really handy. In co-op, it doesn't really matter in randoms because there's no way to detect when torpedoes are fired in randoms. But it does help here. Now look at this. You only have 20 seconds of smoke left, which means you're going to put yourself in tremendous harm's way when the smoke ends. You're also going to force him to dodge. So I would be thinking now, if you're going to fire this other rack of torpedoes, I would be thinking about how am I going to get my other rack of torpedoes locked on the target. And what I would probably do is I would turn in and I would probably try to dodge the Nagato's first salvo and then get my other torpedoes ready to go. As you can see, the Nagato turns to react. You're getting your rear torpedoes set. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see, you want to kill this battleship. You want him dead, and that's why I would have gone closer to the island and smoked later. And yep, you can definitely be using guns right now to stop the capture point. Absolutely correct. So a little bit of indecisiveness there, not sure about exactly where to aim to hit him with the torpedoes. again, I would probably be shooting guns. You're detected regardless, so you might as well fire at him, because you know you're gonna get a couple of hits that way. There you go. And you would have farmed a little bit more base resets that way. And I know it seems like it's not that big of a deal, but base resets give you a pretty good amount of XP, in randoms at least. In co-op, it's not as important. And now this is kind of a done deal. All you have to do is go cap A, as you're telling your teammate. It would be nice for the Independents, and he's probably going to do this, to go and try to spot the other carrier, so you guys know where that carrier is. And I mean, it's pretty much a done deal. Those of you watching in chat, any other comments? You just got detected for a second, so that means the carrier is nearby. I would probably guess he's over here at this point, but we haven't seen the... we don't know where the Independence is. Now, turning like this is a bad idea. I would go for the A cap. There's no point in trying to get the kill. Let the carrier do the kill. Because by doing this, look at the points. You are ensuring that you lose unless you can kill the Independents in 4 minutes. In a random battle, this is an incredibly risky decision. In co-op, it's a little bit easier to get away with. Alright, once again, we're going to fast forward a little bit here, just to, for the sake of time. I mean, we're just watching you kill him by 1,000 paper cuts. If you kill him. Look at the time, look how much damage you've done. You're going for torpedoes, he's stuck against the edge. And here's the angle you kind of want against him, where you're, you know, getting shots into his broadside. Got 1 minute left, and look at your points. This is incredibly risky. I'd go back to guns. You gotta get him killed. You got 50 seconds left. He's gonna dodge all those torpedoes, and here's where a single fire torps would have maybe come in handy. If you know he's on the line and he's gonna get stuck there, just go after it. Yep, like Tara was just saying, you lost the broadside shot as a result. Oh my goodness, look at that. Did you see that? He was at 996. Wow. Wow. So this is lucky. You almost lost a co-op game. because of well, essentially greed. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about stuff. The first decision that always needs to happen is, what can I do to ensure the win? Had you gone to A and capped A, or at the very least stopped their point gain and left the cap once you had more points than them, you would have assured a win, even if you didn't kill the Independents. But you left it up to literally, I think, 4 more seconds. Alright, well guys, any other comments you want to make? We definitely saw him losing the broadside shots on the Independents. We could have been using his guns instead of those torpedoes. Probably would have gotten him a little bit faster result. I would have liked to have seen that Independence get closer too. I don't know why he ran south. Had he gone right next to him, he could have been launching planes more rapidly, gotten another strike in. That might have helped the team as well. Anyway, that's going to be it for that replay. Time for the draw. And let me see, has this person won already? Nope. It is Mr. Lurt. Congratulations, Mr. Lurt.